What's up, guys? It's Ryantium here, and today we are back in Skyrim. That's right, you guys, and no snap. Is it going to be an awesome freaking day? So guys, welcome back, and happy Sunday. So today we're going to take a look at yet another home that was within the mod People of Skyrim, but the mod author went ahead and released a bunch of these homes and ruins and buildings as mods themselves, and a lot of them are home mods, which is really cool to see. So today, we're taking a look at Ambrosia Hall. Now, Ambrosia Hall is a vampire home, and I should say it's more so a vampire home slash dungeon. Now, the reason I say slash dungeon is because you can either choose to use this home as a home and clear out everything inside of it, or you can install the mod as kind of like a vanilla with sprinkles playthrough, and then you can come across Ambrosia Hall and, you know, figure out what's going on with all these vampires in there and why the gargoyles are coming back to life and everything like that. It's kind of crazy, and might I stress, creepy. And we're right there. So Ambrosia Hall is right here. We're actually down by Darkwater Pass, if I'm not mistaken. Is that Darkwater Pass? That's Ambrosia Hall. Where's Darkwater Pass? There it is. Darkwater Pass is right there. Next to Nilheim, as well as Trevor's Watch, Serethi Farm, and Snapleg Cave. Say that 10 times fast. And then we've also got Riften down here as our closest hold. Now, I will go ahead and say, those for the faint of heart, probably not a home for you, because I cannot stress enough, the gargoyle is coming back to life. If you have headphones on and they're on pretty loud volume, and you're just minding your own business, they will scare your dick off, or if your vagina off, if you're a woman. But we also need a torch for today's home showcase, because you see how dark it is inside of here? That's full brightness. The home is dark, very, very, very dark, and we're gonna go ahead and show that to you right here. It is this dark. You probably can't even see it due to YouTube shitty compression, but we can go ahead and bump that back up to full, and there we go. So we're going to have to use a torch this time. I apologize about that. We are probably going to have to use a couple of them, because holy Jesus, is there a lot to see inside of this home. So, don't mind the mess. These are the vampires you will be fighting, and I will go ahead and stress this by saying, if you are not a high level, you will contract Sanguinary Vampirus. It is guaranteed, unless you have a bunch of disease cure potions. Now, I don't know if these gargoyles come back to life. I sure as fuck hope not, because I swear to God, I will scream like a little baby girl, and it will not please anybody. But let's go and break this down in typical Ryantium fashion, shall we? So, first thing I want to get off here right at the beginning is this is another Vanilla with Sprinkles home. So a lot of the assets that you will see within here are simply Skyrim assets, which is really, really cool to see, especially when a mod author can take what's in the game and make it feel unique, which is really cool. Now, I will say, this feels like the run-of-the-mill Nordic ruin, but I think because it's been transformed into a vampire's lair, kind of gives it that really cool undead feeling, and makes it really, really neat to do, and really, really neat to see. So if you're in the market for some crazy vampire armor and stuff like that, they don't have the stats that you saw. That's just me in God mode. But yeah, if you're in the mood for seeing some gargoyles as well, this could be a place to come. But you can see why I call it a dungeon slash home, or a home slash dungeon. There's not a whole lot of amenities in here that could be seen as a home, but you can certainly store a few things. Now, one thing that I like about this home is the fact that the armor mannequins, well, apparently they don't even work, so never mind. That was going to be a moot point. But we've got ourselves some armor, some weapon racks over here, lots and lots of weapon racks that are indeed activatable. Our silver bloodstained goblet, and then yeah, this is one of the first motherfuckers that comes to life. So just keep that in mind. I probably should have done the showcase by showing you where they all popped up at and showing you how freaking terrified I was, but you know, it's whatever. Some more weapon racks and a mannequin. That leads me to believe that those ones are bugged, and maybe for oversight on the mod author's part. Not exactly sure, but if you come back to life, I will die. But then we've also got some more display cases and stuff like that. Good to go on that stuff. Not a whole lot to do down here. It's kind of just like a meeting area, if you will. Got a few coffins over here that doesn't serve as the master bedroom, though, so don't get too carried away with that. Let's go and equip the cheat spell just in case, because I have it set to instant kill, just in case. Got some more coffins over here, got some crazy looking stuff over here for torturing, as well as another display case. I feel like a lot of the things in here, they're kind of just mismatched and kind of placed wherever they need to go. It doesn't really flow the best, if I'm going to be honest. It doesn't really feel like it's like a big thing, but then again, like I said at the beginning, it can just be used as a dungeon, so I believe it was more so focused on being a dungeon rather than a home. But then again, if you're a vampire, chances are you might not want more than a home. Or more than a lair. So we've got a couple vampiric cattle through here that you can indeed use, if I'm not mistaken. They are locked behind novice locks. But let's go ahead and double check, see if we can actually use them. Well, it would actually probably be a good idea if I was a vampire. Good one, Ryan. But most likely you'll be able to use them. If you can talk to them, chances are you'll be able to use them. But I'm digging the decor of this, and I'll say that because I like the cobwebs, I like all the kind of ethereal, mystical kind of fog that's just kind of floating through here. Another one comes alive out there. Just kind of feels like this decrepit and dark dungeon has just become the home of this reclusive, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of corrupted. What's another really good buzzword to use, Ryan? Come on, you can put it in your tags. Just kind of a really decrepit necrophiliac or something like that. Maybe a vampire or something like that. You know, it's just cool. I just really like the way that the mod author really made the decor in here look vampiric and dungeon-like. I believe this is probably going to serve as your master bedroom. Can't really tell any differences from the other rooms. Seems to be some texture fighting and stuff like that. Probably a confliction with my mod load order, not sure. But overall, kind of a neat little area down here. Not a whole lot to see, I will give you that. Just a couple coffins. But let's go and continue back up here and see if I missed anything. We're going to need to get another torch because holy freaking Jesus, it is dark. Or let's see if we can actually go through here, because this area seems to be a little brighter through here with all the ethereal lighting and stuff like that. So okie dokie, moving back through where the dungeon slash home is at, we can see that there's kind of like a cross section right there, which I kind of want to check out because I don't think I actually looked at that. So bear with me if frickin' gargoyles start coming back to life, because God knows they're probably gonna. Got ourselves a bear trap right there, don't step on it. But yeah, I think indeed we are going to need another torch. So let's go ahead and pop up here into the the cheat room real quick. Alright, so we're up here and you can kind of see we got a couple more coffins that we can use. Got some blood all over the walls. Someone really needs to come in here with a mop and clean this shit. But we got this big cross section up here. I don't know exactly if this leads to a new place of the home, but it looks as if it just leads into another area where we got some stretching racks and some, you know, static decor, or some static clutter. Oh, I'm sorry there, Jimmy. I did not mean to knock you off there. He's been sleeping there for about 10 years. But I do believe that's everything that this home has to offer, and I want to say this. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed in the fact that if it's supposed to act as a home, I don't think there's enough in here to make it stand out as a home. But if it's supposed to just be a dungeon, I think it shouldn't be called a home. There wasn't really any crafting things. There weren't really any, big storage boxes. There wasn't really a way to do a whole lot. But if you're going for more of like a, let me say this, there's a way to use this as a home, and I think this is going to take a little bit of thinking. If you're playing more so as like a feral vampire, something where instead of having the luxuries and the niceties of a home, you instead find safety and solitude in the grossest and, darkest corners of Skyrim. If you want to be one that keeps to themselves and makes it so that instead of having, a nice luxury bed or, a big dining hall with full of, blood thralls and stuff like that, instead, it's more so of one that would have just this feral, look to them, almost like a wild vampire would be. Kind of, if you've played The Witcher 3, think of like the Ekamaras. Something like that. The Ekamara who just chills off in the background and is just this natural vampire. Something like that. Something a reclusive vampire would live in something like this and call this home. Because it is properly vampiric, especially because they've transformed the Nordic ruin into kind of this vampiric area. But overall, would I use it? Probably not, but that's not what I want to hear. I want to hear, would you guys use it? Let me know if you guys would use this down there in the comment section. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you change about it? Let's have a discussion down there in the comment section and tell me, what you'd like to see with it, anything like that. Let me know. Let's have a discussion about it. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for checking out today's mod showcase, and I will see you in the next video.